Hey everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner. So last episode went a little bit too well. I think this time I'm going to challenge myself. I want to use the worst truck in the game to try and do a quest in this game, and we'll see how well that goes. Probably not very well. For those of you unfamiliar, this, at least in my opinion, is the worst truck in the game. It's really quite small. It has no all-wheel drive, no diff lock, no suspension raising, no mud tires. It's just bad, so let's use it. Unfortunately, that means I do have to transport myself back to the US temporarily, and then I'm gonna have to jump back into Russia again once I pick it up. Alright, so this is it right here. Let's go ahead and put the best stuff on it, because at this point I kind of need to have as much of an advantage as I can get here. I don't have the gearboxes for it, it doesn't have race suspension, so we're kind of stuck. And all we can do really is these off-road tires. That's pretty much the best I have. Alright, so this is it. I made it white because it's not going to stay in my fleet for very long. Let me just tell you that. Basically what I want to do though, I have this quest in mind. It's actually marked on the map, or maybe it's not, hold on. So there's this quest here about radioactive fuels, and it involves driving over to a place we haven't been before. Basically we have to go over here really close to the watchtower, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I haven't gotten this section of the map yet, so I want to be able to see that. But yeah, we need to drive over here and then drive on back to the railway station with 4 containers, hopefully using this truck, probably using it with another one for assistance, so let's go. So last time I attempted this, the game crashed, and then my PC crashed, and then unfortunately I somehow lost my save file, and I became very afraid that it was just completely done with. But let's just grab this gooseneck trailer here and take off. I'm trying to get this done. My recording time is running low because of that 40-minute delay trying to figure out how to fix my save. Trust me when I say I nearly had a heart attack when I loaded up the game after my computer crashed and it said new game. I almost died. I've got 33 hours in this game. I do not want to have to redo them just for the purposes of continuing the series, but oh man, that would have been bad. Anyway. Okay, so apparently this truck has no health either, because that bump there was only 33 damage, I think, and it's like a quarter of our suspension. That's quite significant. I'm hoping that we can move on here, and my goal actually is to move 4 pieces of cargo at once, although that is probably not going to happen. I did put on a snorkel and an extended winch, although to be honest I don't think it's really going to matter because this thing isn't going to go in water anyways. It's not good enough to do that stuff, but we'll try it anyways. I'm probably going to have to go and grab something else to pull it through this stuff. Okay, I just took another 15 suspension damage, and again, I'm down to half. My goodness, I have to be a lot more careful with this thing. Yeah, I don't actually anticipate getting the watchtower with this. It would be great to be able to if it's on a main road or something, but this truck is a mall crawler. I don't think you can really go anywhere off-road with it too successfully. Maybe mud, but not, or maybe dirt, but not mud. That's what I was trying to say there. Packed dirt should not be an issue, but anything to do with mud is just a no. Water over there, that is my greatest fear right now. Okay, this part right here is going to get really dicey, and it might immediately need assistance. I was thinking about just driving through this part with the Taiga as well as this. Oh, please no. Oh, we're already kind of stuck. Hold on a minute. Okay, so we do have a winch point there. I do have the extended winch on. I was hoping that would help, but we're not quite close enough to that pole, unfortunately. This is honestly going to be painful, and I'm probably only going to get through one of the quests here. Man, oh man, the 2-wheel drive life sucks. Or it is 4-wheel drive, but it's just not all-wheel drive, because 4 wheels are spinning, but not very well. Okay, looks like we need some assistance already. Alright, this is the recovery spec Taiga that I'm thinking I'm going to be using to save this truck. I did end up bringing a little bit of a helping hand as well, although I probably should have brought some repair kits because currently the suspension is not looking too good on that other truck over there. I think my route could have been better immediately, and I think that the small truck is really only useful. I mean, it's not even really useful for this, but if you wanted to use it, the best way is just transporting stuff on pavement. That's pretty much it. I've taken it into the mud and I immediately am regretting it. The trailer isn't even full yet and I'm already having issues, so yeah, good start to this. I'm only 10 minutes into the video here. Goodness, though, I gotta say, I'm so happy that this game makes backups of your save every once in a while, because, my goodness, if I lost this save game, I might have ended up ending the series. That would have just been it. It's like, well, I might have had to stream for a while or something to get back to where I was, and then maybe try the Rift instead. I don't know. I just don't want to have to do 30 hours worth of stuff all over again. Okay, we're pretty much there at the truck. I can kind of just see it right here. I'm probably going to be able to just grab it immediately and pull it out of this. Like, this is not bad terrain for this truck. Over there by the entrance to that little area, that's bad terrain. Do not want to go in there, let me tell you. Alright, let's just go with a quick old winch here. Nice and easy. Start the engine on that thing, and I will pull it as much as I need to. I'm thinking it's probably going to need to be through a lot of this. Apparently the worst truck in the game is basically just a trailer with extra wheels. It's a mildly powered trailer, that's basically what it is to me. But every time the line gets slack there, you know that it's moving itself forward enough to actually progress, so that's a good thing. But I really don't anticipate it making it through this one spot, so that's why I brought this. Ooh, it's a little bit deep here. That's, oh, you know what, that thing is actually moving itself, and, yeah, not anymore. Definitely not. So my route is basically just driving around this area here. This is a main road, or at least it's supposed to be, and then my hope is to be able to turn into this sort of side road, drive around this, and then kind of appear out here. That might be a bit of a mistake, but it seems like the best option. Yeah, this seems about right for this video. Using the worst truck in the game again is, it just seemingly is going to be like this throughout the entire thing, especially once we get cargo, so I'm going to keep this collab. It's not the collab, it is the Taiga. Very close, just to be sure that I can actually do this. But yeah, low range through here, not too bad. I think I'll be able to set it free up here though, which should be good. Again, it's a lot faster to just drive the truck by itself than tow it like this. I'm going to try to give it the benefit of the doubt on a lot of these obstacles, especially because it does have a good winch on it. The truck itself is quite light, which is a bonus, but still it's going to sink in the ground when the wheels are just spinning and not getting traction. Like, those are the best wheels you can get on it other than chain stuff, and, well, chain stuff isn't really that good here anyways. Alright, here we are, back into the, what is it, an international? Yeah, international TriStar, I think, something like that. But let's move it. Here we go, let's see if we can make it through this next little obstacle. I'm going to leave the truck right there as a safety net. It being close is a good thing because, oh no, never mind, we're about to get immediately stuck again, aren't we? Okay, let me try and play this safe here. That's a tree. That's not a good enough tree though. Okay, so I have a winch point over here on this tree. Again, the winch is very strong with this truck because it is just so light, so that's not bad at all. We can definitely make it through. This is not looking so good though because there isn't really anything to winch to, and I'm already kind of getting stuck on a rock. This trailer is pretty darn low, and that might have been an error on my part. Okay, I think I might be on to something here. It's jumping around a little bit, but I am moving ever so slightly. It's really just the power of the winch that's actually doing anything right now. And we can almost make it, and we're just going to be winching the whole way here. But at least I can get through some of these obstacles with some ease. Although I would have just been able to drive through it with a normal truck, at least I can do something. Okay, there we go. That's it right there. And we made it. Goodness. I don't think that low is going to be particularly effective on this. I can try it, but again, it's not great. It's not set up to really work out for us too well. Okay, somehow I beached the truck on something, and I have no idea what it is. I guess it's the trailer potentially beached itself, because it's a pretty low trailer, like I said. We might have to go that way first to get around this obstacle. And this obstacle is, at this point, just a small hill. Okay, this is really janky when this thing gets winched, and yeah, that was the trailer beached right there. Goodness. Okay, let me try again. Okay, that's the exact tree that I wanted right there. And there's a rock here, unfortunately. Okay, I made it. I'm going to try and do as much as I can with this truck alone. And so far, that obstacle has been conquered. Thank goodness. So there's a roadway that we could potentially go right there. But obviously I'm not going to go that way. I don't think this thing could make it through there, even if it was raised and it had a diff lock. But let's go ahead and just continue on this pathway. It's just going to be the slow game from here on out, and yeah, just gotta hope for the best. Again, I probably should have picked a taller trailer. This one is meant for vehicles. That was an oversight. But now it's kind of stuck with me, so let's do it. Because if I'm getting constantly beached with the trailer, obviously I'm not giving myself any advantages, and I'm really not doing myself any favors either. Oh, nice and slow through that place, but again, we made it. It's really just mud that is the big issue. We can get through just dirt as long as we're not going to get beached by a significant drop or a significant uphill grade. That would be unfortunate. See, what I don't want this video to turn into is me just complaining about how bad this truck is, because I've done this to myself. I want to talk about its strengths. Okay, they're done. Just kidding. It's not, I mean, in real life it's not that bad. It's good for on-road use, but in this game it's just not quite what we need for the obstacles that we have to come across. Trucks like this make me wonder why they're in the game. Like, some of the highway trucks, I can see them being used, like the first one you get, because it does have a diff lock, it can be raised. I mean, in that way it can be a little bit useful. It's not great, especially because it doesn't have all-wheel drive, but other than that, it's not horrible. Like, this truck is just horrible, and I mean, if you're using it like I am, then you're probably using it because of that fact, just to give yourself a hard time. Like I said before, I really think the only advantage that this thing brings is on pavement, and even then it's not that much of an advantage in comparison to trucks that are more capable, that could definitely fill up your arsenal a little bit better. Again, I think that this truck is really only for people who are trying to make things difficult for themselves. And apparently I'm doing that right now by running over half the forest. Well, I apologize, nature. I just ran over like 8 trees. That's that's a new one. But I honestly, as much bad as I'm saying about this, I'm getting a lot farther than I thought I would. But I've also picked this route in particular knowing that there are only a couple wet spots. But we should be getting into the new territory soon, and maybe, just maybe, I can actually pick up that stuff. It's right over there. I'm getting excited. Like, this terrain isn't too bad, so I might be able to just drive this. As long as it's not wet, we should be okay. Okay, I say that, and then I see water, and then I also see a turn, but okay, we got lucky. I don't want to have to go through that. Okay, this right here is going to be an issue. I can already tell. Just this wet mud stuff is usually a problem, so I'm going to preemptively try to winch. Actually, let's go into low, and then let's pick a winch point, because the thing doesn't really want to pick the ones I want to pick. There we go. Just glide on through on electric power. Okay, things are looking a little bit blurry here, but I did manage to make it through just by crisscrossing myself a little bit, going back and forth between the trees. But there we go. Okay, this is getting a little bit tight, but again, this truck is small, so I guess that is an advantage. It is really small in dimensions, and the cab itself is really tiny as well. Like, the weight of it being so little is a good thing. Once we get some cargo on, things are going to get rough. I can guarantee that. We're probably going to get stuck in a lot more places that we were able to glide across before. I'm hoping to come back the same way though, because this does seem to be pretty decent. Like, it's not a bad route at all, although things are really tight here with the trees. Alright, we made it over to here, and it looks like we just have one more turn away, although I don't know which way I have given myself to go. Oh yeah, I don't know the way, that's the thing. So it looks like... oh, that really doesn't look good. That really doesn't look good either. How do I get to this then? It's a ruined warehouse, so it's probably trashed, which means I'm gonna have to drive all of this with the Taiga right here to make it through. Very unfortunate, but let's try it. Okay, there's the watchtower over there. It's just kind of hiding up above the trees. I'd love to get that. We'll grab it with the Taiga just so we can make some actual progress today, because I don't anticipate this going too well. I would like to get at least the first 4 things in, but you never know. And there's a nuclear radiation sign as well. Great. Excellent. Well, boys, we're in Russia. I have found a grim reminder of that, and I'm gonna let it go a little bit dark here as we get into the spooky area. The ruined workshop, or whatever it happens to be, is likely to also be flooded, which is highly unfortunate for our current truck situation. Oh my goodness, there it is right there. That is truly ruined. I mean, I guess that's why they call it the ruined workshop or whatever. That's not good. That's not good at all. My fuel reserves are not looking too good right now, to be honest. We still have to drive all the way back. Like, oh man, we're gonna need more of a rescue mission than I was hoping. But look at this. What on earth are we getting ourselves into? That's barbed wire up there. Okay, it seems the trailer is kind of just dead in the ground there, and I'm not seeing too many places to winch in the actual water, which is not good again. I'm getting worried that this might be my final resting place. Okay, so we've sort of discovered it. It's basically in there somewhere, and to be honest, I think I might have reached a point of no return with this. It seems like the best way to get there is probably to drive around that way. However, I am already this way, and there seems to also be a road that goes down here and then around. That's kind of what I'm trying to do, but failing, because I can't round the corner for some reason. The watchtower is up here, but it's kind of guarded by some rocks, so it's not easy to get to. Yeah, I think it's time that we went and grabbed some backup and tried this one with a little bit more strength, perhaps. I honestly think I'm going to grow to appreciate these other trucks a lot more after doing this, just because of the... it's much harder to get stuck in something like this than it is in the International that I'm currently driving. I mean, I could have just done this whole quest with this thing and it would have probably still been a challenge, but I don't know. Sometimes it's more interesting to mix it up a little bit, try out something horrible, and then see why it's so bad, and then remember once again why I'm using these good trucks, especially this one. Still quite a good one. So I just realized something I probably could have done was brought 2 trailers to do this. I could have brought a lighter trailer using the International, just 2 pieces of cargo, and then I could have brought the bigger trailer using this for the 4 pieces, because then I don't have to come back here twice, which would be great, but unfortunately not the case right now. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why I brought the crane, it's because if cargo falls out, I really don't want to have to like go and get a crane truck to bring it over. I basically... I'm bringing this to give myself a bit of security. Like, if I really need to bring something over, I will. It'll probably end up being fuel and repairs, but I really don't want to. It's already been half an hour here, and I've kind of made no progress. Okay, so let's maybe go ahead and try and scout this place out a little bit with this truck, which is, again, quite a bit more capable, so we should be able to take it through some of this mud. Probably not the super deep stuff, but a lot of it for sure. And I ended up going this way. You can kind of tell by the mud deformation. So let me just drive on through here again. Yeah, it's a little bit easier when you've got the right tools. Alright, there's the trailer up there, so almost made it, and just kind of have to keep damaging my engine by hitting the front of this thing. There's a big mud spike there for some reason, but let's go ahead, try and drag it through, see if I can do anything with this. Worst case scenario, I end up... Oh, wait. I can't get through there. What the heck? Hold on a minute. Okay, what I'm going to have to do then is... well, obviously I can't go backwards with this, but I'm going to winch backwards and then try it and just pull myself out a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's making a little bit of room for me. There we go. That's what we needed to do the whole time. Okay, switch back to other truck, and let's just try and drag it through here. This is not going to go particularly well, I can guarantee you that. Low trailer, low truck. Yeah, let's go in the water. Okay, so far not too bad. That truck is spinning the wheels, which is good. Let's drop into low. Oh wow, this thing is... it is truly destroyed, I can tell you that. So it wants us to drive through here. However, this looks really deep. Like, that is surprisingly deep. Should have brought the A's off. Well, let's go ahead. We both have snorkels, so... yeah, I mean, they don't call this the Drownlands for nothing. That's for sure. And apparently I'm stuck on something already. Man, oh man, though. This is getting into some cool terrain. This is something I like. This base looks almost like a Far Cry base, though. Like, this doesn't scream workshop to me. This screams fortress. It's got watchtowers. Okay, there's the area right there that we need to get to. Apparently I need to turn into this, which is not going to be particularly easy with a long trailer. Let's try it though. I know there's pretty much no way that other truck would have even made it close to this, so I'm glad I brought this helping hand. Man, oh man, the watchtowers in here are giving me a bit of a spook. It's a little bit scary. knowing that something was going on here. I mean, if it's just a warehouse, then whatever, but I don't know. This doesn't look like a warehouse to me. And apparently I now have gotten the Taiga stuck as well, so that's not great. Let me see if I can fix this. Yeah, it seems that mud spot is just particularly deeper than everything else, which isn't great because now I have to drag this one. Oh no, I've made some mistakes in my life, haven't I? Okay, so I've made it to this location with this truck. The other one is kind of just back there right now. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but at least there is a little bit of land here. Just ever so slightly, something to rest your legs on for a second. I'm gonna have to... I don't even know what I'm gonna have to do here. Somehow I have to get that truck... Okay, come on, camera. Somehow I have to get that truck through this little gap here, and then over to here so we can pick up that stuff. That's basically the goal. And then once I do that, then we're gonna try and book it out this way, and hopefully come around here into some solid ground again. That's my best bet right now. Oh, these barrels are getting in my way. That's the first time I've seen something like that as an obstacle. Fairly strange, actually. Okay, let's let me try and drive forward here and then back up and then pull that thing up a little bit and then try that whole thing again, only this time with the actual cargo holder. What I want to avoid doing is... Wow, it's getting really deep here. Oh my goodness. But what I want to avoid doing is using this to pull the trailer as much as I can. Okay, so apparently I can winch all the way over here, which is just insane. So I'm going to use that to my advantage by pulling myself around and also pulling that truck towards me as well, which is good. And then if I stop, there we go. We can kind of get it to pull around just a little bit. But I need to get that trailer moving because these are really tight quarters and it's not easy to turn a trailer around in them. Okay, that's a little bit better and our situation is mildly improving. It's unfortunate that I can't winch to something while I'm winched to this. Yeah. One thing they do to make it a little bit easier for you is they put trees inside of the houses, which apparently you can winch to through the houses. So, yeah, I mean, that makes total sense. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to keep winching this thing forwards. I think that's probably the only way to do this, at least semi-successfully. Apparently, though, it is royally stuck right now, which is not good. Okay, hold on. Let's try out my secondary technique idea, because I've really screwed myself here again. Let's go into crane mode, dun dun dun, and then I might be able to lift this thing out of the way, because thankfully you can lift trucks and stuff with crane mode. Oh, there we go, that's some physics going wrong. Okay, I'm being pulled towards it. That's not quite what I was after. I think it's beached. I honestly think it's just stuck right now. Yeah, you remember when I said that the last episode was going just a little bit too well? Well, I've kind of totally ruined it now, haven't I? Let me see what I can do with this now that we're here. Obviously, it's stuck on something. There's a tree right there that I might be able to use. Yeah, I can use it. And then I might be able to pull myself a little bit free. Okay, that's a lot better. Definitely better because we're actually moving. And then back over to the truck, and oh man. Okay, that's gotta be a bit better than it was. Let me see if I can pull myself in that direction and twist the trailer around as well. We're pretty darn close to it, but thankfully I can hook up to the house, which is a solid winching point, and then pull myself. Gotta turn on the lights here before the wolves eat us. Okay, there we go. Finally doing something right. Okay, finally the lightness on this truck is actually coming in handy. Getting in and out of this area is probably the biggest pain I've had in this entire game, but obviously it's all water, so it's very purposeful. Okay, the trailer is almost turned, which is a good sign. I'm still spinning the wheels and burning fuel, which is not a good sign. But we are moving still, so that's a good thing. Okay, winch time once again. I've got this, and looks like we only really have here to go to. If I can just bat myself back and forth a little bit, then I might be able to do this. Okay, I'm going all the way to this one over here. That'll let me bypass this tree or run straight into it. Either one is fine. There we go, that's some progress. And then back this way, that thing right there, pull to the side. I just need to inch ever so slightly forward to be able to grab that pole. That's my goal. Okay, winch again. Oh no, it's just out of reach. Oh man, okay, what about this one? Just gotta hit the tree right on. Yeah, that's not quite what I needed. Well, I gotta say that I've made it a pretty significant distance in this truck despite it, it being totally stuck here in the mud now. Let me go around and rescue it. Okay, back in the Taiga, and I think it's time that I winch this thing up to something. Something to get myself back around over there. I probably shouldn't have turned this way in the first place. I'm really hopeful that I can still make it at least one way into this quest. Just a little bit of progress would be great, and then I'll have to come back here with something a little bit more powerful to get the last few bits. Okay, there we go. I've got this thing freed. Thank goodness for that. Basically, I just want to use it as a winch point now, because if I can winch myself... Okay, there's a barrel that I'm currently stuck on. If I can winch myself around using this truck, then I should be okay. Okay, there we go, and pull myself forwards a little bit, and we'll see if we can get up to some slightly, ever so slightly drier land with that other truck there. Okay, winch point connected, and handbrake is on. There we go. Pull it forward. That truck is driving forward. That's not what I want at all. Okay, this is working. This is working. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit closer to where I need to be. Change back over to the Taiga. Unfortunately, the physics reset whenever you do that. Alright, let's try the age-old just pull it in technique. I want to do it using using this truck, obviously, but just kind of using the back end of the truck, wrap myself around a little bit. There's a small tree, there's another one that instantly fell. Probably should be using low more than I am, but at this point I don't think it matters. Okay, thank goodness you can winch to this structure. That's exactly what I need. After being in this muck for the past, like, almost an hour, I can safely say that I am very much ready to get on onto some dry land. Okay, let's go. Come on, truck. You got this. Both of the trucks, in fact. We just need to load up that cargo in the safest way possible and then drive the heck out of here. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Pulling this winch. Oh, you know what? We can manage the cargo, can't we? Yeah, so now there's a crate of nuclear waste there. Don't question it. Just don't worry about it at all. Thankfully, it's not in the way. That's all I can say about that. Okay, I can kind of see where I'm screwing up here. The trailer is very obviously not where it should be. Thankfully, one thing that we can do is... oh, wait. We can't winch from this trailer. Come on. Oh, man. Some of them you can winch from. Apparently not this one. Okay, if I do this and just kind of move myself over, then I can straighten myself out a little bit and hopefully get the trailer past this corner, because that does seem to be the biggest issue as of right now. Okay, there we go. It's hooked on. It's pulling. This cargo is now completely in the way, but I can move that with the crane and put it on the back if I really want to. Actually, let me do that really quickly. It doesn't seem like this nuclear cargo stuff is that heavy, which is a huge bonus for me. But there we go, we're kind of out of the water a little bit. Okay, time to break out the crane. This is a huge waste of fuel, all of this stuff that I'm doing right now, by the way. And I'm quite concerned that I'm going to run out, but at this point, as long as I run out outside of the swamp, I don't care. Oh no, it's not long enough. Oh man. Come on, everything is not going right today. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm leaving that nuclear waste right in there. It's just going to sit and enjoy its time in the water. And I'm going to try and pull myself free and try and attempt to pull this truck here as well. Basically, my goal is to get past the yellow square at this point, and then get myself over to this sort of drier ground, because I'm confident that this can work on the drier ground. The higher ground it is, yeah, I need the high ground advantage here. Okay, this is looking a lot more promising. Still, there is a tiny tree in the way. Not like I cared before, and I definitely don't care now. Okay, let's try and winch from the back. Oh, I'm just out of range. Okay, I'm gonna have to back up just a little bit. Oh man, apparently that's more difficult than it should be. Come on, game. Now, I can't blame the game for my own choices here. This is 100% my own pain that I'm bringing to myself. Wheel this thing around, please. That's all I ask for. Just put it in the cargo area, please. Thank goodness we made it. Oh my lord. Okay, so what I want to do now I'm going to quickly switch back to the Taiga. We're going to have to do a fuel run at some point. That's a guarantee here. But I'm going to pull myself up onto the dry land, or the drier land. Nothing is dry in this place. And then I will winch that trailer as far as I can forwards before we load it up, so it's out of the water. That's my goal. That's the idea. Thank goodness there are so many winch points here. I did see something solid. That was not it. I am free. I'm free. Oh man. Okay, barbed wire. You got nothing on me. Okay, let's try and winch from the back. Extended winch for the win. Apparently I'm too far now. Okay, maybe a little bit too free. Let me back up a touch. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. If we hook onto the back of this truck, or the front of it, right like that, then I should be able to just pull it free, at least as much as I can. And if the trailer's in the loading area, then we should be good to go still. But look at this. Finally dry land. Holy, I miss you, land. Okay, there we go. That's looking really promising right there. I think we can exit here. Pretty sure we can. It's a roadway, so... Okay, there we go. This is a really interesting location. I really like it, but man oh man, it is tough. It is not easy at all. Okay, we're back in the International, and I think... Oh wait, where's the cargo management thing? I have to back up a bit, don't I? There we go. Cargo management mode engaged. Let's get 4 secure containers on here and get the heck out of this place. Well, the truck is actually able to do it itself now, surprisingly. Looks like these secure containers are not too heavy, which is a significant bonus. But man oh man, I need some dry ground right now. There we go, finally making it. Okay, I think I found the way that I need to go, and I'm gonna hit the Taiga. Okay, that's fine, but we need to go this way from what I can tell, and that'll hopefully bring us back to a road of some kind. Even if I have to pull both these trucks through again using the Taiga, it's not the end of the world. This little corner here is not going to be easy, let me tell you that. I have the trailer around it, but yeah, there we go, that's the problem. Kind of just hit the corner. I know I need to go wider to hit this stuff, but yeah, I don't want to. Okay, so we just have to drive this way and then around here, and then we're basically back on track to make it back. But I'm not gonna do that in this episode. I just want to get this thing at least a little bit safe, and then I'm gonna end it because these technical difficulties have kind of delayed things a lot. Okay, what I'm gonna do to make this a little bit easier for myself, basically I want to winch on the back of this trailer and then pull it straight. That's my goal. And apparently the barbed wire just completely fell off that fence when I got close. Worst barbed wire ever. Yeah, I'm hooking onto trees behind it. Like, oh man. Why did it have to be this bad? Okay, that thing is running out of fuel. I'm just gonna tow it backwards. I'm bringing it out wider in a very forceful manner. But this again should make it so I can make this work. Switch back over and drive forwards. Come on, trailer. Don't do the same thing that you did. Okay, we made it. We made it. Alright, I think I'm good to drive on back now. Holy, well, thank you for watching this bit of a mess of an episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We have some work to do now to get this thing back. Again, in the second saga of the worst truck in the game, trying to do a quest. Should I attempt to do the rest of it with this? Because we're going to have to come back here again next time. Which I'm really not looking forward to. We won't need a trailer for that though. We can just grab a two-piece or a two-thing holding back end, so that'll make it a lot easier. Either way, I'm gonna have to winch my way out of this, and we're not even really. Anyways, I'm really tired. It's really early in the morning. Thank you for watching. See you guys again in the next episode. Thank you to those who choose to support the channel despite my lunacy sometimes. We have Canadian Steel, Overlord, Dr. Ivo, That Riced Out Explorer, QT Bear, Terry Williams, The Most Random Person, Sick D Cars and Stuff, Boris Ramirez, Jug, Jacob, and Ruben. You wanted me to say your last name? It's Kovasu? Something like that? CIU is an interesting one. I apologize in advance for butchering it. Anyway guys, thank you a lot. See you again next time.